Introduction. Crazy Lady is a book by Jane Leslie Conley. Vernon is in his early adolescence. He struggles with obstacles many teens face. Vernon is having issues with family, friends, and school. His mother passed away a few years ago, and now he has to deal with the changing family dynamic. His friends are no longer interested in playing little games. Instead, they would rather hotwire cars that are not theirs. He is failing in school and was already held back a year. He is determined to get his life in order. Little did he know that would mean becoming friends with the crazy lady down the block. Vernon. Vernon is a teenage boy who hangs out with his rude friends. At the beginning of the novel, he starts by hanging out with his friends and throwing garbage and calling Crazy Lady all sorts of mean names. He then realizes he wants to pass in school, and he seeks a tutor. He then gets tutored by Miss Annie, Maxine, also known as Crazy Lady, next door neighbor. In order to get tutored, he must do chores for Maxine. Vernon then changes for the better. Maxine is also known as Crazy Lady. She is a drunk. She walks up and down the streets with her son, Robert, attached to her hip. She is often drunk and yelling at people to get out of the way. She and Robert are very poor and cannot afford a lot of things. She often needs help from neighbors in order to keep Robert healthy. Robert. Robert is Maxine's teenage son who is a year older than Vernon. Robert has a severe mental disability. He goes to school with the special kids. He does not know how to talk or do a lot of daily living activities. Vernon volunteers later in the book to help Robert go to the Special Olympics and raises money for Robert for his tennis shoes and new clothes. Later on in the book, he becomes friends with Vernon and begins to understand language. Miss Annie. Miss Annie is Vernon's tutor. She is a retired elderly elementary teacher. She helps Vernon every day after school with his assignments for free, as long as he agrees to help Maxine with chores and taking care of Robert. Miss Annie is very nice, but does not take no for an answer from Vernon. Summary. Vernon is a troubled kid at the beginning of the book. He causes trouble in the neighborhood by messing with other people's cars and throwing garbage in the retired people's lawn. He then learns that he is failing school and needs to get passing grades, or else he will be held back again. He is then confronted by the Crazy Lady, aka Maxine, at the grocery store. He lets it slip that he is failing school, and Maxine sets up Vern to be tutored by her neighbor, Miss Annie. Miss Annie tutors Vernon free of charge, but he must help Maxine and Robert as a payment. Vernon then does chores at Maxine's house and becomes close to Robert. He even takes Robert to the Special Olympics. Will Robert